From the East and the West, you've heard others, but now you've tuned into the best. This is a Prime Wave Media production.
All right, we are here with the Friday episode of the premier sports betting show, the Primetime Angles Live, with the one and only Pop DBIC, the Primetime Capper. And boy, oh boy, it is opening day of the tourney. And as you guys can see, Florida has already won their game 75-70. I also see that Arkansas won their game 85-68 over Colgate. I know I told you guys that Colgate could be an upset special. Looked like they were up 14 at one point in that game, and everything wound up coming back to haunt them a little bit with the 17-zip run that they got hit by the Razorbacks that pretty much literally ended the game pretty much. Even though they were only up 3 at the half, the momentum had been seized, and so the better team winds up winning the game. So pretty much at the end of the day, it is what it is, and we got some pretty good games going as we speak right now. Drexel and Illinois are going at it, and let's talk about last night though. Drake makes a dramatic comeback. He wins by a buzzer beater last night against Wichita State, a team that I thought was going to be able to advance. I thought Drake was going to have some issues beating them last night, but they didn't. Drake actually has had a great season, and it's showing that they've had a great season. And you know what? It's hard. That was an old Missouri Valley Conference matchup as well, too, because Drake was in that conference a few years back with Wichita State before they left for the AAC. So, you know, that was they were familiar with each other. So Drake goes ahead. They get a big win last night. Drake is a possible team that can move all the way to the Sweet 16 as well, too. They were an undefeated team for majority of the season until they ran into the final few games of the year. And, you know, they play in the same conference as Loyola Chicago. So, you guys, we have to expect for these schools to come up really, really big here in the tournament because they're not really mid-majors anymore. They're almost like they're almost a major conference now. You know, you have to take them seriously. They're getting the right amount of players, the same type of players that are going to these other schools as well. And you have to respect it. So Drake gets a big win last night, 53-52 over Wichita State. Now, you all know Southern California was on every break and it was on pins and needles last night with a magnificent game put on by Mick Cronin and his Bruins. Juzang, O'Queen, all these guys, they went nuts last night. Tiger Campbell was instrumental running the point last night as well, too. UCLA winds up winning the game 86-80 in overtime. They were down 14 at one point in the game as well, too, and found themselves right there in the thick of things there in the last minute. And I just felt like Michigan State pretty much went ahead and collapsed last night as well, too. But I told you guys that they were a vulnerable team going into the tournament for the last month. And I told you guys last night that it's tough to take a team where 90% of the action wants to go on their side. I felt like Michigan State was not that team this year. This is one of the worst teams I've ever seen Tom Izzo coach in general. Be 15-12 season. Usually you put a team like this in the NIT, but because they're Michigan State, they put them in the tournament. And they thought that Michigan State was going to be able to make a big run, but no, not at all. What happens is that the winningest team of all time in college basketball, I'm talking about championships, went ahead and took care of their business and got a monster win last night. And this can propel this team all the way to the Sweet 16, in my opinion, because BYU shouldn't be that tough of a game for UCLA. Even though BYU's having a great season this year, UCLA, with that type of game that they won last night, their momentum is going to be riding high for a while, and they're going to have to really run into a really, really good team before they're put out, in my opinion. So there it is. UCLA wins last night, beating Michigan State once again, 86-80 in overtime, and the madness has begun. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into our next subject and our player of the night. And the player of the night last night was the K to the A to the T. Man, oh man, he had himself a heck of a game last night. 41 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists. He was absolutely ballistic last night, and they were able to get themselves a 123-119 win. You remember, you can't be the player tonight if you don't win the game. So they went ahead and took care of their business in the lime green jerseys last night, and they had themselves a very, very good game. And Anthony Edwards and Cat are starting to become a very good tandem as well, too. So it's like this now, D'Angelo who? So, pretty much you're giving Minnesota another advantage in the assets pool to be able to pull in some more players and some more draft picks as we go as well, too. But I think they're in good hands with this duo right here, and they seem to be really liking the fact that they're playing together as well, too. So there it is, a great win for the Minnesota Timberwolves last night. And it was rare, but you know what? This team, they're starting to get it together just a little bit. You had to get Cat in the rotation full time. And now Minnesota's starting to catch up on things a little bit. Still has the worst record in the NBA. But you know what? It's not that bad when you look at it in hindsight and when you look forward to the future for this team as well, too. All right, so we move forward to the state of the Lakers. And last night, the Lakers had themselves a really, really good game against the Charlotte Hornets last night. They were able to win the game by 11. LeBron, 37 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. Another LeBron night. Dennis Schroeder was able to get 22 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists. Kyle Kuzma chipped in off the bench, 12 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. And LaMelo Ball had 26 points last night himself. He had a pretty good game against the Lakers last night, coming home, playing against the hometown team and things of that nature. And, pretty much I would always like to say dress rehearsals and things of that nature. So, it was pretty fun to see LaMelo go against his brother's former team and, all the big stories and everything that came out with his family and everything and the Lakers. So it was a bit of a reunion, but the boy is, pretty much ready to roll. You got to go ahead and shine at Staples Center, and that's exactly what he did. Even though they didn't get the win, he still looked good in that game last night. The Lakers are on absolute cruise control right now. As I said before, the Lakers are in a position right now where they just have to just keep winning games, keeping it steady. It doesn't have to be anything pretty. Just go ahead and win the game, move forward and to the next game, because at the end of the day, this is regular season. You're polishing yourself up for the war that occurs in the playoffs. So, pretty much the Lakers just taking one game at a time, and they find themselves back in number 1 in the Pacific Division and number 2 in the Western Conference. So I told you guys that, Phoenix and Utah front runners. This is a horse race. So, the Lakers, if you're the champion, do you have to go ahead and go full speed right off the top? No, you don't. And if you have a little bit of a hiccup, then you can work these things out as we go. But we all know now the most valuable player on this team, I always want to say, is AD, but it's not. It's LeBron James. And if LeBron James doesn't win the MVP of the NBA this year, it's going to be an absolute travesty, in my opinion. You have to give it to him. And Embiid pretty much put himself out with this injury that occurred as well. So I think it comes down to probably Giannis and LeBron when it comes down to the MVP race. But you can't forget about James Harden or KD either. They're doing a damn good job up there in Brooklyn. So this is going to be one of those years where it's good that they decide the MVP after the season's over. So we'll see how it goes. So State of Lakers last night. Lakers would get an 11-point victory, and they moved into their next game against the Atlanta Hawks on Saturday, and that will be at Staples Center as well, too. The Lakers playing their next 8 out of 12 in L.A. as well. So pretty much I would say it would be a great time to go watch a game, but you guys already know what the situation is. So it is what it is, and that is the state of the Lakers. All right, let's go ahead and get into our 30 teams in 30 days. All right, the Oakland A's, the champions of the AL West last year. Very good team here. Can they repeat? Yes, they can. Will it be tough to repeat? Yes, it will. So pretty much with that, I think it's going to be a North and South rivalry situation going on with the A's and the Angels. And I think the best team wins out here. I think those will be your two top teams in this division this year. And the A's are sitting pretty because they have a really good team and they don't have to spend much on this team as well, too. And then they have a power hitting first baseman and Matt Olson, who's projected to have a very big season, 37 home runs, 99 RBIs. And I think this could be something huge for him this year. They have a really good lineup, man, when you look at it. And they have about 5-6 players that they have projected to hit over 20-plus home runs this year as well. And, you know, with this Oakland A's team, they fight to the very end. So when you have those qualities, those are playoff championship qualities. And, you know, Oakland's only so far away from being a really, really good team in the MLB, in my opinion. I think Oakland has been able to stack up some pretty good players over the last few years. It's just some shortcomings that they've ran into. And you know what? The Astros were so dominant in this division for the last 5 years, 4 years as well, too. So, you know, the A's are ready to go ahead and reclaim their spot at the top. And I think that they should have a pretty good season. This might be one of your better teams in the American League as well, too, especially with the pitcher that they have, Jesus Luzardo, who's going to be their young stud, young gym pitcher and everything like that. And I think that he should be able to have himself a pretty good season. He might be able to get the Cy Young. I know he's not the ace at this moment in time, but he is the best pitcher on the staff. So I think that this will be something that works out very well. And it's actually Jesus Luzardo. I said Jose. I'm sorry about that. But they got him 3.76 ERA, 142 Ks over 43 walks next season. If he's able to get these numbers, it should be a really good year for the A's, especially knowing that he's not their ace pitcher as well, too. All right, so with that will wrap up 30 teams in 30 days. But before we go, I want to make sure I let you guys know they will go over the 86.5 win threshold that they have for this team as well, too. I see this team as a 90-92 win team this season, and they should do well. And as I said before, I feel like it will come down to the final month with them and the A's on on the deciding factor on who will be the champion of the AL West. All right, with that, you guys go ahead and check out our proud sponsor, www.hatclub.com, and you guys can go ahead and get 10% off on any orders $50 or better. Once again, that's hatclub.com, and you guys can go ahead and get orders. You guys can go ahead and get 10% off on any $50 order. All right, so we will be right back with the premier sports betting show, the Primetime Angles Live, and I'm your host, the one and only Pop DiBiase, the Primetime Kappa, and I'll be right back at you.
Good News Only Racing Club, led by the legendary Doug O'Neill, the trainer of 2 Kentucky Derby winners, and I'll have another in Nyquist. Also trained 2-time Breeders' Cup champ Golden Sense, who are just a part of a long list of thoroughbred champions trained by Doug O'Neill. The Good News Only Racing Club has a young core of horses to look out for in Dennis's Celery, Irish Heatwave, and Notre Dame, just to name a few. Win the day every day with the Good News Only Racing Club, a proud sponsor of the NFL Bet Exchange.
From the East and the West, you've heard others, but now you've tuned into the best. This is a Prime Wave Media production.
Tune into Big Wave Boxing every week with a brand new guest with the one and only Pop DiBiase, the Primetime Kappa, getting the best boxing stories, best boxing angles, and the truth when it all comes down to the sweet science. Tune in to Big Wave Boxing on the Prime Wave Media channel on YouTube.
Now you and your friends can compete in the sport of kings and win big with Stable Duel. Get the app, pick your horses, and get in on the thrill of horse racing with daily games competing against other players. Bring home the glory and the cash, and move up the annual leaderboard while you leave your competition in the dust. Get in the game with Stable Duel. Play, race, win.
Good News Only Racing Club, led by the legendary Doug O'Neill, the trainer of 2 Kentucky Derby winners and I'll Have Another and Nyquist. Also trained 2-time Breeders' Cup champ Golden Sense, who are just a part of a long list of thoroughbred champions trained by Doug O'Neill. The Good News Only Racing Club has a young core of horses to look out for in Dennis's Celery, Irish Heatwave, and Notre Dame, just to name a few. Win the day every day with the Good News Only Racing Club, a proud sponsor of the NFL Bet Exchange.
All right, we're back with the Primetime Angles with the one and only Pop DiBiase, the Primetime Capper, and this is the Primetime Angles Live. All right, so pretty much we got ourselves some really these are the games that I really went ahead and circled, and I feel like can be games that will be very powerful for bettors and things of that nature and people who have brackets and all that good stuff. So up first, let's go ahead and talk about those Tar Heels, North Carolina, going against the Badgers of Wisconsin. And pretty much in this game, you got two teams that are very common to the tournament. They're not used to being an 8 or a 9 seed as they're usually a 1, 2, or 3, at worst a 4. But this time around, we have a different college basketball season. We have two different teams going in two different directions, in my opinion. I think that what happens here is that we have ourselves a very good matchup. But all in all, though, this is going to be something that's going to be a very, very complex matchup as well, too. You do not really know who the winner of this game is going to be. But I will say I will have to go with the better athletes, and the better athletes play over at North Carolina. And I think that this is what type of game it is where the athletes can go ahead and win this game for you, and you don't have to worry about too much jump shooting and too much ill-advised shooting or things of that nature. Just good old-fashioned defense and straight to the rim. That's what it's going to be. So with that, I really do feel like we can go ahead and punch that ticket for UNC to move on to the next round. Wisconsin's going to be tough, though. This isn't going to be one of those games where they're going to be able to do everything that they want. They're going to have to it's going to have to be a big fight in this one, and we're going to see how it goes. So with that, we move on to our next game, and that's going to be the West Virginia versus Morehead State. This is going to be later on this evening. And West Virginia is coming into this game as a vulnerable high seed, in my opinion. Morehead State has been playing their best basketball, and they beat a team that could have made some noise in the tournament as well, too, in their conference tournament by beating Belmont. So with beating Belmont, I feel like they have a bit of a confidence boost coming into this one. And West Virginia, they played in the tough Big 12 conference and everything this year, but they may overlook this team. And then what happens is that pretty much a Morehead State upset can actually happen. So I think that this could be a possible upset, even though West Virginia will be tough here. But just know that this can go either way. And to me, this is a 50-50 game. And Bobby Huggins, he'll have his troops prepared. But Morehead State does have that look that, they don't want to just come here for the pageantry of day one. They want to be here for the rest of the weekend. So there it is. With that, we move forward with the next game, which will probably be our game of the day, San Diego State versus Syracuse. And San Diego State is coming in here with the kind of with the chip on their shoulder. A lot of people have to understand San Diego State has played very good basketball over the last few seasons, but they keep coming up short in the tournament. And the way that they always go ahead and match them up, they always match them up with a tough Big East or ACC school to start the tournament out. And I just don't think this is a good spot for San Diego State, to be honest with you. I think Syracuse, with their tradition, just like how Michigan State's was last night, that a lot of people are going to take them because they trust them. And I think Syracuse can be a little bit more trusted in this situation because they were a better team than Michigan State this season. So I feel like Syracuse can go ahead and be the dominant factor here in this game versus San Diego State tonight. And I don't think it's going to be as close as it looks on paper. I think Syracuse is going to figure out a way to get an early lead and just sit on it for a while, because you have to understand, once San Diego State gets down, they're not good at scrambling. You know what I mean? And when I say they're not good at scrambling, meaning that they're not good at making comebacks, okay? And they're not good at really just pretty much the thing is they'll let a team run away from them. I saw it happen a few times this season. And you know what? I just trust Syracuse a little bit more. I think that 2-3 zone is going to be too much for San Diego State in this game. So we move forward and let's check out Florida State versus UNC-Greensboro. And UNC-Greensboro, one of the better low seeds in this tournament as well, too. I think that, Greensboro does pose a big threat to Florida State tonight, and they could possibly get a big win here against Florida State, who, if they're not paying attention, can get slapped silly. Seriously. This can be a type of game where Greensboro can come in here and just do exactly what they want to do if, Florida State drops the ball, because this can happen, because Florida State is a team that does lose focus. But if they're focused and they're on their A1 game, then it can be lights out pretty early for UNC Greensboro as well, too. But I think what happens is these teams meet in the middle, and they're going to wind up having a really good game tonight as well, too. And I think what happens here is that, pretty much when it's all said and done, it will be survival of the fittest. So whoever has the lead in the final 2 or 3 minutes, I think that should be the winner of this game right here. And can it be a blowout? Yes. Can it be very close? Yes. Do you expect a great game? Yes. All right. So we go to our next game, and these are actually Saturday games. I'm sorry. FSU's a Saturday game as well. And Creighton going against Santa Barbara. And you guys already know Santa Barbara, I already have them circled as a big time problem for anybody in this bracket. And I think that they'll be able to beat Creighton, a team that had to suffer through a very, very bad loss. We can't even call that an upset. That was just a really bad loss for Creighton against Georgetown at the Garden. And I don't think that they can bounce back from that. And as I said yesterday on the show, I just don't think they trust their coach anymore. There's a lot of guys on there questioning coach, looking at coach like, hey, coach, you know what? I'm not feeling you too much anymore because, you just you said something that wasn't right. And, at the end of the day, it's hard to get your team back to be with you if you're going to be saying things like that. So, pretty much I think Santa Barbara goes ahead and continues the tradition of the Big West, getting big first round victories in this spot, because usually when they set up a Big West team in a 12 or 13 spot, they usually win. So let's see how it shakes out. UCSB get us home in this one, and that should be a nice ticket for everybody tomorrow. And there goes your dog for the weekend. That's the big dog for me this weekend. That's my most trusted dog as well too. Now let's look at a matchup with 50-50 split. UConn versus Maryland. And UConn versus Maryland can be either way. You can have a UConn team run away with this one and continue the tradition of having great wins in the tournament, or you can have a Maryland team up in them and move forward, because Maryland has this working for them. They play in a very tough conference, pretty much in the Big Ten, and they beat some of the best teams in the Big Ten this year. So it gives them somewhat of a springboard in a sense to be right here, to be pretty much right there to get a big win here. But I think what happens here is that UConn, after that early loss in the tournament and everything like that in the Big East, they'll be able to grit down and get themselves a nice win over Maryland late. This is not going to be a blowout. This is not going to be anything where the game's going to be over quickly. It's going to be a game where it's going to be a back and forth from the tip. So I like UConn to win this game, but Maryland does loom the danger in this spot. So those are my most important games for the weekend here in the tournament. Well, for the time that I have with you guys, we know that we have games coming up, the Blue 32 coming up Sunday and Monday. So I have something for you guys Monday, and pretty much you guys already know, man, first day of the tourney, and things are looking really good, looking really bright. And let's see then the update right now. We got Illinois, who just knocked off Drexel by almost 30. And then we have another game. We have some more games in play that are more mid-second half for the Texas Tech game. 5:31 left to go on that one. Texas Tech is up 12. And then Oral Roberts is trailing by 5 against Ohio State in the first half. So what I can see here, we got 3 games done for the day. As I said before, 75-70, Florida over Virginia Tech. Arkansas beats Colgate 85-68, and Illinois beats Drexel 78-49. So with that, we will be right back with our next topic in hand. We should be bringing our guest in a few moments and everything like that. So you guys just stay where you're at, and we will be right back with the premier sports betting show. But before that, you guys go ahead and check out Fubo TV. I said Fubo. Fubo TV, live TV and sports. You guys can go ahead and get your free trial today, and you guys can go ahead and check that out on Fubo TV right there on the show description. And then if you guys do want to move forward with them, it is $55 a month, no credit checks at all. And pretty much when you're done with them, you are done with them. They'll just go ahead and cut it off, and y'all part ways and move on from there. But once again, that's Fubo TV. Start your free trial today on me when you press that link in the show description. All right, we will be back with the premier sports betting show with the one and only Pop DiBiase, the primetime capper, and this is the Primetime Angles Live.
The Viget app, where social media meets sports betting. Get the latest line movements in all major sports. Track your daily bets, daily contests, the NFL over-under contest that pays out $10K in cash prizes. This is a cutting-edge app that helps betting be easy. Sign up with the reference code POPDBIC and you will be able to watch my daily show, The Primetime Angles, as a resource to building that bankroll. Viget is available in your Apple or Google Store on your iOS or Android. The social sports betting app, Viget.
From the East and the West, you've heard others, but now you've tuned into the best. This is a Prime Wave Media production.
Good News Only Racing Club, led by the legendary Doug O'Neill, the trainer of 2 Kentucky Derby winners, and I'll have another in Nyquist. Also trained 2-time Breeders' Cup champ Golden Sense, who are just a part of a long list of thoroughbred champions trained by Doug O'Neill. The Good News Only Racing Club has a young core of horses to look out for in Dennis's Celery, Irish Heatwave, and Notre Dame, just to name a few. Win the day every day with the Good News Only Racing Club, a proud sponsor of the NFL Bet Exchange.
Yo, Kai, give me a few seconds. We got some little bit of internet issues going on. Can you hear me?
Do you look like me?
No.
Oh, do it again. Do it again.
All right.
Try it.
Can you hear me, bro? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? All right, we'll be right back. With technical difficulties, we'll be right back. Damn it, man.
Oh, he's out. He left. All right, cool. You just got to run it from your phone. There we go. You hear me?
Yes, sir. Sorry about that. We had some technical difficulties and everything like that, boss.
It's all cool.
All right, man. We're back with the Primetime Angles live with the one and only Pop DBIC, the Primetime Capper. And I have the man himself, Kyrone, shut it down, Davis. And he's getting tatted up right now as he speaks this as well, too. Man, gangster and a gentleman. I like it. I like it. All right, man. How you doing, man? How's everything feeling after the big win against Anthony Dirrell a few weeks back?
It feels good. Trying to just enjoy my time, with my family, and just before we gotta get back into the gym for the next fight.
All right, and it was a shocker because Anthony Dirrell, a lot of people probably paid him to win that fight against you, but that wasn't the case. You came out with the perfect plan, with Breadman and everything, and you guys went ahead and executed that to a T, and it was really art, bro. I have to give you your props on what you did in that fight. It was an absolutely amazing performance that you put on in that fight. So how did you feel when you saw that you were able to get exactly what you wanted when you were going through this bout with Dirrell?
It was a certain point in the fight where I felt like I was in control, and I think that was maybe like the third or fourth round. I felt like I started to gain control of the fight. It was a feeling where it was just okay, it's my time, and just keep working on the game plan, stay focused, so don't slip up. So, when you're in a fight, you try to just stick to the game plan and just don't get overwhelmed by the moment.
Understood. Now, do you feel like pretty much that you were able to establish yourself as one of the top middleweights in the world after that performance? Because I felt like Dirrell should have been maybe fighting somebody like Canelo that night because he was the former WBC champion before and everything, and maybe you would have been fighting somebody like a Yildirim or something of that nature. But you actually got the better opponent, and you absolutely disposed of him. What are your thoughts on that?
I think that that's how boxing is. Sometimes I was given an opportunity and I capitalized on it. I trained hard, I worked hard, and I was able to get in the ring and do what I had to do. I think that I am an elite force at the weight I think that I can beat anybody given enough time to train. So it's sky's the limit for real.
All right. Now, how is it working with my man, the Breadman,
Yeah, yeah.
as your trainer, man? And how long have you guys been together?
That's my guy. We have a really close relationship. We work hand in hand. We talk to each other. Our communication has gotten really good, and he believes in me, and I believe in him. So it's really a partnership that's a force to be reckoned with.
Understood. Understood. All right. So with that, now where are you originally from?
Well, I was born in New Jersey, but I rep Wilmington, Delaware. That's what raised me. Wilmington, Delaware. That's where I spent most of my childhood up into being an adult. Wilmington, Delaware.
Delaware. You don't hear Delaware too much, bro. You know that. You don't
Well,
hear
well,
hear,
well,
hear it too
well.
much. The first state,
Our president from Delaware too. So we can. It seemed like it's gonna be a good year.
huh?
I said our president from Delaware too.
Yeah.
So it seems
Well,
like it's gonna be a good year.
all right. All right. Well, he won. You won. All right. So let me get to this next question. All right. So your thoughts on Canelo and Billy Joe Sanders fight coming up next?
I think that's a good fight. I think that Billy Joe Sanders has a shot. I think that Canelo probably will win. I think that he's been active. He's shown like great ability. I think Billy Joe Sanders haven't fought in a while, and I think that Canelo probably has the edge when it comes to him being more active. Um, but we'll see though, because boxing is funny. You never know how these things work out, and you never know how it goes. So I don't really try to predict fights no more. I just try to be a fan and just watch it and enjoy it.
Understood. Understood. Now, what are your thoughts on Caleb Plant and you possibly being maybe his next opponent before he gets his dream fight with Canelo?
It's whatever. You know, I take all opportunities. My team handles that though, so I don't try to get too much into that. I'm the fighter. So whoever they tell me to get in the ring with, that's who I get in the ring with. I don't do no arguing. I don't do no. It's nothing to really talk about. You get in the ring and I do my business. But
I
I ain't
got
no matchmaker, and I'm not. I don't manage myself. So I let my team do the work, and when they say to go, I go.
all right, but what are your thoughts on Caleb Plant as a boxer though, too?
I think that he's a good fighter. I remember him from the amateurs. We're kind of around the same time. I've been in training camp with him before. When I was in training camp with Demetrius Andre, that was like when I was like 19, 20. So we're familiar with each other. We know each other. He's a good fighter. Um, he's been around and he's done some good things in his career.
All right, all right. Now we have a fight, and you said you don't do predictions, so I feel bad asking you about this. But Ortiz Hooker, what's the who do you lean towards with that one right
I lean towards Ortiz. He seems like the better fighter than me. But Hooker's not out, because Hooker is long and he's a good fighter, former champion. But I am leaning towards Ortiz, but I would like to actually see Hooker win. So we'll see what happens there.
Well, Hooker does have the experience there, and this is a battle the DFW, so it should be a pretty good one, man. And I look forward to it as well too. It should be one of the better fights of the weekend and everything. It will be fun to see Maurice win that fight, but he does have some long odds against him. But you know what? He is the vet here, and if he can find some things, find some weaknesses early, that anything goes in this fight.
Yeah, boxing is funny. Depending on how a person wake up, it could change the way a fight go.
Right.
The person could sleep the wrong way and it changes how the fight go. It's so fickle, depending on how your mind is working right there that day. So, I think it's gonna be a good fight though. But I think regardless, it's gonna be an action-packed fight.
Got you. All right, but let's have some fun, man. Because I can see that you do the rap thing, man. When you're not boxing and everything like that, and you look like a superstar. So, who's your top 5 rappers? And can you give us a quick 8-16 bars? I even throw on a beat for you, bro.
Oh man.
But give me your top 5 rappers first, and then I'll on the beat for you if you want to do something for
Right,
us.
right now or all time? Right now or all time? Right now
all
or
time. Oh, it can be right now, or why don't we do both? You can do all time and right now, because I know some people don't like everybody from the early 2000s, everything.
All time. My favorite or the best?
Your top 5. Who's the best in your world? You know, rap is like boxing. It's a game of opinions.
Nas, Biggie, Jay, Pac, Wayne.
All right, and who's right now? Shut it down, shut it down, shut it down, shut it down.
Besides myself, Drake, J. Cole. I don't want to leave some people out in this. Kendrick Lamar. You know, I'm not really a Kendrick Lamar fan, but I just got it. He's nice. He's just nice. Jay, he's still relevant. And then I don't want to leave him out though. I don't know. I don't want to answer that question. I don't want to leave. I don't leave that 5 open. That leave 5 open because I'm gonna leave too many people out. And I have a lot of favorite artists right now. So
I got you. But who you banging right now?
Right now, I mean, I listen to all kinds of music, but you're talking about just lyrical hip hop. That's my, but I'm being Future in the car. I got Lil Uzi Vert in the car and Playboy Cardi in the car. So
Cardi,
yeah,
Cardi fan too.
Yeah, so all
right, man. So can I get my 8?
You want a bar? I'm gonna fit with you. Let me see what I got. I said.
Can you hear the beat?
Oh, you want me to go to the beat?
Go ahead. I will give you a beat. Go ahead, rock out.
All right. Hey, you got me on the spot, man. And that's not my style beat. You got me on some. That's like on some old school jazz. You gotta give me some.
That's cooking soul right there. How about this? Action rapped over this.
That's good. Yeah. Huh?
Action Bronson rapped over this.
Can't really hear it. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
My whole joint. My nana make 'em pop, lock, and stroll, preferring you. A rhyme is like stop, drop, and roll material. Fire. I'm a boss when it comes to this rap shit. My rap shit and make a fat chick hit a backflip. Please, like I'm begging you. My 7 is beheading you. I'm dipping from the red and blue with more green than the vegetable. Best believe take a lead, your neck compressed and freshly screwed. Leave you in a box with a fresh cut and Jesse shoes. And I'm especially rude. Respect your head, your chest move, and definitely on the flesh to prove the best yet to set these rules.
Hey.
Yeah. I can't really hit a beat like that, but I was just trying, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
well, we don't want to bust speakers. We don't want to bust speakers over here because my engineer's sitting over here telling me, you want me to turn it up, he wants me to turn it down.
Y'all keep having me do these Zoom rap overs. I'm not doing no more Zoom because these beats be bad because I can't. Y'all ain't even give me no good rap beats. And I can't even hear the beat, so I'm just rapping off beat. You got me sounding all crazy.
We liked it. All right, man. Well, what you call it? Hey, I had to do it, bro. What you call it? Because you rap. So, we wanted to get a quick 16 from you. I thank you, though, just for even doing it for us.
Nah. We was having fun.
Yeah, man. Which call it? But you don't have to worry about me, man. Which call it? You can pump the any new singles or anything like that out right now.
I'm working on a project right now. So in about I think beginning of May, I'm dropping a project. It's gonna be called Big Screen. It's gonna be a visual project. So every song gonna have a video. It's gonna all go together. So it's gonna be like a movie. So we're working on that now. That should be out then, and then y'all gonna have some good material, and then y'all can rock that all the way up to my fight.
All right, so would possibly Shut It Down will be the first rapper boxer to actually walk himself out and perform his own song.
Oh, that's gonna happen. That's gonna happen. 100%.
Okay. Hey, Al, so you better see you got a superstar right here, Mr. Heyman. So you better take care of him. You know that's what he was in the music business first.
Yeah.
So pretty much that's his thing right there. He's still in the music business, but man, I'm telling you, you're in good hands. So the boy is very versatile. So once again, thank you so much, Kai, for coming on in, brother, and talking with me and everything like that. I'm gonna let you get back to your tat and everything, man, and hopefully you show it off for us a little bit later on the IG. It looks like it's about to be something very flame. So
yeah. The IG, you could check me on IG. Kai Shut It Down. It's gonna be a lot of content I'm putting on there. I'm throwing a little penthouse party on Sunday, so that's gonna be lit. But I'm just having fun with it. Just enjoying what I can do and my abilities, and just not taking anything for granted. Working hard and doing what I need to do and everything I want to do in my life. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to capitalize on all my opportunities.
Strong, man. Well, we're rooting for you, man, and we can't wait to see you back in the ring. And we'll be bumping those tracks as well, too, man.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. All right, so we will be right back with the premier sports betting show, the Primetime Angles Live. But you guys check out Paramount Plus. You guys can go ahead and get yourself situated with that. You put in the promo code VSX, and you guys will be able to get yourself a nice little deal there where you only have to pay about $9 a month, or you can go ahead and pay $50 for the year. Paramount Plus, you got Blue Bloods, Mom, all types of good shows on that app. So you guys go ahead and check it out, Paramount Plus. And with that, we will be right back with the Primetime Angles Live.
Now you and your friends can compete in the sport of kings and win big with Stable Duel. Get the app, pick your horses, and get in on the thrill of horse racing with daily games competing against other players. Bring home the glory and the cash, and move up the annual leaderboard while you leave your competition in the dust. Get in the game with Stable Duel. Play, race, win.
Good News Only Racing Club, led by the legendary Doug O'Neill, the trainer of 2 Kentucky Derby winners and I'll Have Another and Nyquist. Also trained 2-time Breeders' Cup champ Golden Sense, who are just a part of a long list of thoroughbred champions trained by Doug O'Neill. The Good News Only Racing Club has a young core of horses to look out for in Dennis's Celery, Irish Heatwave, and Notre Dame, just to name a few. Win the day every day with the Good News Only Racing Club, a proud sponsor of the NFL Bet Exchange.
All right, we are back with the Primetime Angles Live with the one and only Pop DiBiase, the Primetime Capper. And boy, oh boy, it's time to get into the NBA Friday preview. And up first, we have ourselves the Pacers and the Heat. The Pacers and the Heat coming into this one. Pretty good game on this side of town. So pretty much Pacers are coming in here as a plus 4.5 dog tonight with the over-under of 215.5. So we got Jimmy Butler facing off with the Pacers once again, a team he literally annihilated last year in the playoffs. Him and Bam and Tyler Hero, and they look like they should be pretty good to go on this one tonight. And I think that they should be able to get themselves a big win here. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it shakes out. But all in all, though, we do have a good one here with the Pacers and the Heat. So it is what it is at the end of the day. Minus 4.5 to the Miami as the home team tonight. over under 215.5. I expect a big game from Jimmy Butler, but I also expect the Pacers to show up in this one as well. But I think that the Heat will be a bit too much for them in this spot. So we'll see how it goes, see how it checks out, and we'll move from there. Our next game up is going to be the Nets at the Magic. And the Nets at the Magic, this should be a good one as well, too. A Magic team that lost by 1 point last night, and the Nets went ahead and actually won their game the other night against the Pacers. But, pretty surprise with Orlando last night. A lot of people didn't expect them to play that well. And I think that when you play like the way they did last night, you can carry that on into the next game. And I think pretty much with that, all in all, the +8 at home is a good value for this team as well. The over under 224.5, I don't know, because as we know, the Magic don't score many points. So we're going to see how it goes. We're going to try to make this thing work. But at the end of the day, I think that this will wind up being one of those games where you have to take Orlando a bit more seriously than you have their last few games. So there it is with that, and we move forward with the Warriors and the Grizzlies. And the Warriors-Grizzlies, we got the Warriors are kind of coming into this one a little short-handed. Steph actually fell down the other night and hurt his back. So, this one is going to be a little difficult for the Warriors tonight. Grizzlies are playing some of their best basketball of the year as well, too. And, they really hate the Warriors. So I can see them stepping it up, having themselves a really big game here and, taking care of their business as they should, right? So with that, pretty much we can go ahead and look at this game and tell ourselves that, there should be a winner here. Well, there will be a winner here, but I mean, winner being like probably Memphis covers in this game winner. So pretty much with that, -9 to Memphis and over under of 223.5. We move forward to the Nuggets and the Bulls, and the Nuggets and the Bulls actually present a fun game tonight. A lot of people probably will look at this one and think to themselves that, pretty much Chicago should be, Chicago should kind of have the rough of it a little bit. But I think what happens here, though, is that the Bulls should be game tight tonight because they play the West so well, and they played against this division very well this season too. But Denver is hitting their stride as well. So we're going to see how it goes, but I really do like where we're going here with the Bulls and the Nuggets tonight. So let's see how it shakes out, and we go from there. So pretty much up first, let's go ahead and talk some tickets. And up first, we have the PrimeTime Pick 6. We got Colorado State, who's playing in the NIT with a -125. We have UNC Moneyline -125. Oregon State +8.5. Rutgers Moneyline -135. Cleveland State +20 and +13 on Morehead State. So we'll see how it goes, see how it shakes out, and we move from there. All right, let's talk about the dog pick 4. And then we have Georgia Tech, who's going to be tipping off, but probably tipping off in the next 10 to 15 minutes. But we have them with the +200 tonight. We also have Liberty with the +275 as well today. We have Syracuse with the +135, and then we have Louisiana Tech in their NIT game with a +155. So that will give us a 66-1 ticket. Big value there. Now let's go ahead and see the NBA on Friday night. And then we have our dog of the day is going to be the Blazers +135, 4.5 to the Magic, +8.5. 4.5 to the Heat, +8.5 on the Magic. Under 224 Warriors and Grizzlies tonight, and the over 227.5 with the Bulls and the Nuggets, giving us a ticket of 31-1, the NBA Super High 5. Now, you guys can go ahead and bet up all these games right here at UWager, where the world bets at. You guys use the promo code VSX Pop. Once again, VSX Pop will be your promo code to go ahead and get up to 50% on a match deposit. And so if you put up 200, they'll match it with 100. So pretty much go ahead and check that out and use that promo code. So then you can go ahead and get that benefit as well too. So with that, another great week of the Premier Sports Betting Show with the one and only Pop DiBiase, the Primetime Capper. Want to send a big shout out to my graphics producer as well too. Send a big shout out to Stable Duel as well, our new partners with Horsing Around. Also want to send a big shout out to Bree and Brian for all their help this week as well too. And I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in once again. As I always say, bet with your head, not with your heart. and the movement is moving. So with that, we will be right back Monday, and this is the Premier Sports Betting Show, the Primetime Angles Live, and I'm the one and only Pop DiBiase, the Primetime Kappa, and I'll be right back at you, and I am gone.
From the East and the West, you've heard others, but now you've tuned into the best. This is a Prime Wave Media production.
Where you eating at?